Hi, my name is John Gage. I'm the senior minister at the Congregational Church of Needham United Church of Christ here in Needham, Massachusetts. And I'm coming to you today on Friday the 13th, often thought of as an unlucky day. And I don't know if I'm unlucky, but I know today is a challenging day, as our country and our communities, and indeed our congregation, try to come to grips with the coronavirus, the outbreak of COVID-19 disease that is sweeping our nation, and quite catching us up not in just in the reality of the disease, but in the fear of it as well. Here in our congregation, we've spent the last several weeks keeping our ear to the ground, paying attention to reliable news sources and to the Centers for Disease Control. And this week, we made the decision to suspend our in-person worship beginning this Sunday. In doing this, we're both moving into a new way of doing church and moving backwards into an old way as well. The new way is exactly this. We're going to be using technology, Zoom meetings, and other forms of technology and social media to stay connected, to worship together. But also, we're going to go back to old ways of doing church, phone trees, and neighbors checking in on neighbors. Our purpose in all this is not to spread panic, but indeed to care for the most vulnerable among us. Indeed, many of our congregation members are older and more vulnerable. They're also the most faithful among us and the least likely to actually stop coming if we simply suggest that they do that. They are that faithful. You are that faithful. And so we made the decision to suspend worship so you don't have to do that. We're going to be moving into this format and leaning on one another in new ways in coming days and perhaps weeks. And so I want to come to you this afternoon to bring a message, an oddly timely message from one of my favorite pastoral theologians, Henry Nouwen. He was a pastoral theologian and teacher at both Harvard Divinity School and Yale Divinity School, but towards the end of his life, he chose to give up that kind of renowned academia and to live among the most vulnerable in the L'Arche community, living and working alongside people with severe and multiple disabilities, or at least disabilities as the world sees them. He wrote this book, or in fact, the things that he wrote were collected in this book called Bread for the Journey, that's reflections for each and every day of the calendar year. And as I said, this one is oddly timely for March 13th. It's called Absence That Creates Presence. It is good to visit people who are sick, dying, shut in, handicapped, or lonely. But it is also important not to feel guilty when our visits have to be short or can only happen occasionally. Often we are so apologetic about our limitations that our apologies prevent us from really being with the other when we're there. A short time fully present to a sick person is much better than a long time with many explanations of why we are too busy to come more often. If we are able to be fully present to our friends when we are with them, our absence too will bear many fruits. Our friends will say, "He visited me," or "She visited me," and discover in our absence the lasting grace of our presence. That couldn't be much more perfect for our present moment. We are learning how to be present with one another even in our absence. How to be present and care for one another even as we maintain the kind of social distancing that will help blunt the impact of this outbreak. The sort of refrain from touching and gathering that will make a real difference in our lives and in the lives of our neighbors, and definitely in the lives of those folks who are most vulnerable to this disease. So I'm going to encourage all of us to practice this kind of presence at a distance, a kind of presence in absence. Reach out, send someone an email, pick up the phone and actually use it to call someone who would love to hear from you or who you need to talk to. Heck, you might even sit down and write a letter. All of these are good ways to reach out while maintaining that safer distance. We don't actually have to touch one another to care for one another. We are bound up together in the Spirit of Christ. Thanks be to God for that. Peace.